ain't great when you don't know how to look at camera. Oh, there we go. Hi. So, in 9 months' time, I'm going to attempt to run 106 miles across Scotland. So, I've never ran anything like that ever in my entire life before. I've run 2 50-milers in the last 5 months. And 106 miles seems a bit much, to be honest, and it seems very incomprehensible and not doable. But I want to just document my entire journey to doing this. And there was a lot of resistance to doing that. Oh, who am I to document what I'm doing, and who actually cares? And I care. And I know that there's a lot of lessons to be learned on doing something like this, especially on the training for it, way beyond just getting fitter. You know, you learn so many fucking life lessons from running, and from having to become a different person to be able to do such a thing. So I thought, why not document it, and, you know, for the sake of nobody else but my own, for the pure catharsis that I will get from speaking about it, documenting it, and having to intentionally and consciously reflect on what I'm doing to be able to put it into words. So it's currently Friday, the 23rd of September, or 22nd, and I've just driven to a nice little spot to watch the sunrise. I've had a very, very busy week at work, and I was just going to wake up 6 AM, straight start work, start writing, making copy. I just thought, you know what, there's more earth to be appreciated, and the sky is so clear. Ugh. I'm not sure if I was just about to be sick then. Yeah, the sky is so clear, and I want to watch the sunrise. So it's not actually risen yet, but I mean, hopefully it does. I think that's what's supposed to happen in these scenarios. The sun is supposed to rise. Imagine if it didn't one day. Imagine if it didn't rise. It would be a bit fucked. So it's currently 5 to 6, Tuesday morning. I'm off to do an easy kind of 5 miles, but I just wanted to discuss basically what the plan is for the next 37 weeks. So obviously I am fully training for 37 weeks, but obviously I would peak way too early and the risk of injury is well high. So basically throughout the winter, so it's currently September, so basically September till end of December, I'm basically just doing base training. So the entire point of this next 3 months is to basically prep my body to be able to handle higher volumes from basically next January till June of when the ultra is. So the next 3 months is basically all about building up my volume, very, very easy running, building up my aerobic base, to basically just build a like huge aerobic system and engine that can just power me through, and more importantly, build up the tolerance in my tissues in my body to be able to tolerate high training loads, because the next 6 months, beginning in January, I'll obviously need to be doing relatively high training loads, but I need to almost train my body to be able to train for that. My name's Mia, I'm 21, I've ran 2 ultras before, I'm a personal trainer and a coach. I mainly work with women, well I only work with women. My kind of speciality / emphasis is on building strong as fuck women who want to be capable of anything and who want to change their lives basically, and I want to do this as a medium to experience the same thing. And the reason why I want to run 106 miles across Scotland is because I want to experience everything. You know, the amazing song Free by Florence and the Machine that says, you know, to exist in the face of suffering and death but to somehow still keep singing. That's what I want to do. I want to find the edge. I want to see how much pain can I be in, how hard physically, mentally can it get, but how much fun can I have? And you know, it's such an insightful experience to learn as a human, because you learn so many skills of resilience and grit, but also of, okay, all these things can be going on, all this pain can be going on, all these problems, but I can just be right here where my feet are, and you know, that's, you know, I mean, do I think I can do it? Mentally, yeah, because I know that I just won't stop. However, the thing with running 106 miles is there is a lot of variables, because it's probably going to take me up to 35, 38 hours. Anything can happen within that time. Anyway, I'll shut up. So one of my greatest skills in life is justifying why I don't have 2 minutes before a run to get rid of spots that are tight and to actually just prepare myself to run so that my hips don't hurt. So this is me holding myself accountable by speaking to a camera on my own in the middle of my living room. So my piriformis tends to get quite tight, my right piriformis, which tends to give me anterior kind of hip pinching, hip impingement / just a bit of kind of general hip pain. Very mild, but I know that if I, you know, make sure my piriformis isn't tight, then that doesn't happen. So So basically the goal is to keep my heart rate below my aerobic threshold, which is about 160, 159 BPM. So basically just staying below that and not worrying about pace, which is easy to get stressed about. So a great question would be, why do I want to run for 106 miles? I don't really have the answer. I want to know where that edge is between, slow the fuck down, I want to know where that edge is between I can't and I can, and I want to kind of be able to experience so much physical pain but not suffer. Basically, I want to figure out a way how to run 106 miles across fucking Scotland and not suffer. This is also another thing, right? Walking, like, I went way too fast. I'll slow down. Yes, my pace will drop, but it's about building an aerobic base, not about becoming a Strava wanker and showing off. So I think ultra is an incredible medium and a tool to learn how to not suffer, to still experience pain, discomfort, challenge,
but to kind of have fun with it and just experience it without trying to resist it, push it away, get rid of it. So bad at being where our feet are, so I'm so fixated on it finishing. And I think in the Western world, we have a shit ability to be present with the task at hand, and I'm fully guilty of that. I too aren't present, you know, I'm not present probably 70% of the time, but that's exactly why I'm doing this, because, you know, I see another way to exist and I want to chase that and figure it out. So anyway, I'll shut up. I'm running through the woods this morning. It looks very boggy. A note on the ego. So first kind of 10 minutes of running, honestly, I just kept saying out loud, I feel great. Like I felt so springy and almost like I was using no energy. It was awesome. And then I started talking, started being less mindful of my body, I started running faster, which we'll try not to do again. So my heart rate spiked, and then the last 10 minutes has been trying to basically recover that heart rate and come back down into easy. But my point, ego. So I saw, you know, so I've got the heart rate on my watch, pace is next to it. You know, no matter how aware I am of, you know, the adaptation I'm trying to stimulate, which is to build up my aerobic base, the ability to run far and slow. When I did so, and I bring my heart rate down, I started having to walk a bit, go slower, and I saw like a 13-minute mile pace. And I was like, shit, need to speed up. Started speeding up, and I was like, what am I doing? So, ego. So, 6 miles, very easy, and main kind of same word. Main kind of thoughts were just how much headspace you get when running. Like, there's no pressure or expectation to think about anything or solve anything. But that's when you solve all your problems. Like, I've been so overwhelmed this week with so much stuff I'm doing, and felt quite internally conflicted all week. And then an hour's run in the outside air with no headphones, nothing, and just, oh yeah, it's alright. So it's currently 5:50 AM or something, maybe 6 AM now, you can hear the bells. So gonna go for about 2.5 hours. I'm at a meditation retreat all weekend, course thing. So it starts at 10 and I need to find hills and then drive back and then get ready and go. So 4:30 start this morning and then just about to start running now. It's dark, which kind of scares me a bit, to be honest, but you know, that's part of the process. So anyway, I'm gonna go. So it's a good start to the run. This, as I just referred to it as a stupid fucking bottle, is leaking. So that's half of my water gone, because I'm gonna need to get rid, because it is cold and wet, which is not helping me. Well, actually it's not that cold, it's quite mild. So just need to get rid of it. So I'm predicting also a good sunrise, because, well, the sky is relatively clear and the sun's going to come up. I class that as a good sunrise. guys, honestly, look at this. Just look at that. GoPro never does it justice. See, there was just something about starting in the dark when like nobody is awake and just watching the earth wake up. Like, it's a feeling that is indescribable, I think, and you can't give words to it. One thing that is freaking me out though, not freaking me out, well, I just shit myself about 5 minutes ago, not literally, look at that, is there is so many dead rabbits. I'm such a bloody stitch. But they're like half alive, just kind of like looking at me, and they don't move. So I think they're dead. But they was alive. Oh god, I've literally just got the worst stitch. Not the worst stitch. How dramatic. But a stitch right there. Honestly, there's this thing that looks like a cow. I can't tell if it's a cow. Cows. Cow, you silly bitch. Is it? It is a cow. You won't be able to see it here. It's like, no, you can't see it. That's what I can see. Look at that, it's not a cow. It's not a cow. Honestly, welcome to my brain. No, that is not a cow. Is it? No, that is certainly not a cow. So, I thought this was a cow. Yeah, that is not a cow. So a little update, it's now light, and literally looks like there's a fire in the sky, and I kind of put my entire leg into a stinging nettle, and now it's going green, it hurts, so we'll see what happens with my leg. If it falls off, then great. I think they call that resilience or something, so. You'd argue this is a tad overgrown. Oh, I want to see if anything worse than wet plants. last like 2 minutes. That was wonderful, honestly. Like, I don't know where I've been for 2.5 hours. That was so good. I feel good, I feel strong, I feel fit, but more importantly it was just air, silence, headspace, and just daydreaming really. It's light now, which is nice. It's done about 11 miles, about 700 metres of elevation. Yeah, so that's me. So it's currently 8:30, just did 11 miles, about 700 metres of elevation and ascent and descent. Honestly, that was amazing. I've not had a run like that in ages, because Ultra was a month ago and I've kind of just been rested for a week and then just kind of easy gradual runs. So that was awesome to actually get some elevation, go up some hills, sunrise. It was just unreal. And I was thinking, like, you know, with my current kind of schedule, with work, I'm up at 5 every morning. You know, my days are just quite long. And also in bed by like 10, half 10. So sleep-wise, it's not ideal. Like last night, at the meditation course all night, and then got home at 10, went to bed at half 10, got up at 4. So obviously sleep-wise, it's not optimal. But you know, like I was thinking just then, like shit can't be optimal. Like the kind of stage I'm in my life, recovery is number one priority to allow me to do things, but also like, you know, you can't do everything. But that's why the meditation I do is Ascension, and you know, the amount of rest you get from doing that is ridiculous. So that's why, you know, if, for example, a day like today, even if I wasn't on the retreat / course, I'd spend probably an hour meditating. So in the morning and the afternoon I'd probably have like a nap / meditation, and in the evening it's just kind of being aware of your stresses, but also there's an acceptance of, like, you know, we get fixated on optimal and perfect, and you know, part of being a human is not being optimal or perfect, and sometimes things have to give, especially if you're doing something extreme, like I guess this is relatively extreme. You know, I'm trying to grow my business, I'm trying to get my kind of express my thoughts, my feelings out there, because it's very cathartic, and because I feel like I connect with people through it, and also, you know, personal things, and then family, and then everything. Anyway, I need to actually leave and stop talking. I also drove into a bush when I was driving here, and it made a really loud noise. Basically, I was thinking about vegetable soup. So I've been saying this week that I've stopped having smoothies because it's getting cold. And then a lot of people said to me, you know, and I was saying, can I warm smoothies up? And then people were saying, that's called soup. And then I was laughing when I was driving here, like 5:30. And then I drove into a bush, and that was like a focus, you dickhead. So anyway, home time, food, and then spend the day exploring my consciousness. So week 1 is done. 25 miles or something, about 5-ish hours on my feet. First week back was very good, and kind of reflections from this week are, number 1, I quite like running. Number 2, running in the dark is actually awesome, and I'll be a bit scary. There is genuinely no better thing than watching the earth go from pitch black to light, and especially kind of that phase in between complete darkness to like slight, I think it's called like twilight, like slight lightness. Yeah, awesome. So the 106 miler is 37 weeks away, or 36 weeks away now. And I've also signed up to do a 38 miler in December, which is in about 10 weeks time. It's in the lakes around Helvellyn. Need to know how to read a map, need to know how to navigate, run in the dark basically, and in the snow. So that's kind of terrifying, and that's, I guess, the next
challenge, kind of on the way to the 100 miler. And I spent this weekend on a ascension / meditation retreat, basically just practicing my ability to be where my feet are, which is kind of how you get through, well, and enjoy. That's how I kind of find the freeness and the flow and fun in pain and suffering. And yeah, it's amazing. So I kind of see that as a, you know, that kind of mental side of things is a huge part of training for an ultra and doing an ultra is, and it's kind of life in general, is being able to exist in the face of suffering and death, but to somehow still keep singing Florence and the Machine lyric. Basically to be able to be in pain, discomfort, challenge, but to still be able to be where your feet are and not argue with it and just experience it rather than resist it. That's kind of my life's mission at the moment, and it's infinite, the possibilities with that, and it's exciting. So anyway, I don't know what I'm doing with this, but I basically just want to document my journey and discuss thoughts and stuff. So I don't know how this is going to be, but anyway, in terms of like eating, I'm basically just, oh, that was boring, I don't talk about eating. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Week 1, done.